Welcome back to Percentages, and today guys we're gonna have something a little bit different than the usual. We're gonna actually open up one of my, well, not my biggest, well, the first part is not my biggest, but this is gonna be a PSA reveal. This one is actually a 17 card reveal for basketball. And yeah, like I said, usually I don't open basketball cards whatsoever, but I do collect them to a certain degree. So this is the first part. It's a 17 box PSA reveal. And then basically, I think by the end of the month of November, I should be receiving my biggest order that I did send to PSA, which should be a 93 slab reveal basically. And that's mostly just going to be hockey. So yeah, for this one, it's all basketball. So how this is going to work basically is that I'm going to, for some of these cards, they were bought, and I will be revealing how much I paid for, and then how much you can potentially sell it for on eBay at the best price. I'm not talking about the most expensive, but at the best price. And basically, if I did get a profit from each card, and at the end, a total of the total profits from all the sales that I made. So we're going to be seeing if this is something that's sustainable. We can get into details of how I do my grading, and basically it's all going to be the outcome of whatever that's in here. And like I said, this is a blind reveal. I haven't seen any of these cards yet, so hopefully whatever that does come up from here is going to be something quite interesting. For one of the cards, I'm just gonna let you know that it was graded by like some cheap, if I can say, the Asian Chinese, bought from China, like a unknown grading company, GBTC. So they graded it a 9. So for the fun of it, I decided to crack it open and send it to PSA to see if they are actually going to give me the same grade, a lower grade, or high grade. So then we'll be able to see, okay, is there some kind of inconsistency when it comes to PSA? Because that's what I've been hearing a lot these days. It's all subjective to the person that's grading. It could be as simple as, he had a good day, so everything might come out of 10, or, he had a horrible day and he started off his day on the wrong foot. So, he's just going to grade everything like shit. And it can be also from one grader to another. It's all subjective to what they see. So we're going to actually see all of that today. And yeah, so let's get right into this. And like usual, if you like the content that you're seeing over here, take the time, like, subscribe, and especially leave a comment. It can always help me out. Right now we're approaching at our mini milestone, if I can say, of 100 subscribers. For me, it's a big thing. I know some other people on their channels, they have millions and millions of followers, but hockey cards and this part of the hobby, it's like a niche, if I can say so. There's less viewers, so for me to reach the 100 mark subscribers is a big thing. And once we do get to the 100 subscribers, I will be opening 2022 Series 1 versus Series 2, and hopefully we can pull out a Wyatt Johnson or a Slavkovsky from one of these boxes. So yeah, like with all that said, let's get right into it. And for the prices, you will see it should be on the top right corner, all the details of, like I said, how much I paid for it, regarding the condition of what grades that we get back, if we make money on some of the cards, if we lose money, and yeah, that's it. So let's get right into this. And if you're interested to know how I do my grading, if you are, just leave a message on the page, and I will gladly show you how I do my grading, because it is time consuming. That's the thing about this hobby. It has to be a passion for you, because all this takes a lot of work. Just grading one single card by yourself with a like I said, I have a magnifying glass over here. I'll try to show it fast. So you can put your card on over there, and you can magnify it properly to see the edges, the corners, everything. If they come to the standards of PSA, then there's also the grading tool. So like I said, there's a lot of work that you got to put in just to grade one card. So let's get right into this. All right, this one. Okay. All right, so this was a Wembanyama card. This one was purchased. I don't remember all the prices, but like I said, I'll put them up. How much I paid for it and how much it's worth, depending on the grade that you have and how much you can sell it for, and all the basically the profits will be after paying PSA submission fees and also paying off basically eBay fees when you sell them on eBay, because they take around 13% of whatever sales that you make, and this and the price of the card. So there's PSA price for the submission plus the price of the card plus eBay fees, and at the end, basically what you're going to see is the profit that's made off the card. So this one is the Victor Wembanyama, and it came back a PSA 10. So that's a good start. First PSA 10. Quite happy about that. The next one, it is going to be this one I actually bought from I bought a retail box, and was really happy. Actually, this one I was going to send it to Becket because I found that it was in perfect condition. So since PSA was having a special, I decided to send it to PSA. But like y'all know, Becket grading, if they do come back a 10, the value is actually more on a Becket 10 than a PSA 10. Just for an example, the card that's spinning over there, Connor Bedard, a PSA 10, it's right now around maybe 1,200 Canadian. But if it comes back a Becket 10, you're talking about twice the price. So Larry Bird, and it came back a 5. This one, it's a little bit shocking. I don't understand why this one will come back a 5. Like it's in perfect condition. Like, I do not see anything wrong with the card. Like, trust me when I say I do not send a card that I don't believe is going to get at least a PSA 9. I won't even bother sending it. But for this one, I do not see why they would grade this such a low. Okay, is there no? I see absolutely nothing wrong with this card. The back. Why did this one come back a PSA 5? That's ridiculous. Like, if you can see by yourself, look, the edges, the centering from top to bottom it's there. I use the measurements, the card, the card tool to make sure that you're well centered, even from the top to bottom. Maybe it's a little bit, heavy on the bottom, just a little bit, and from left to right, it was all in the tolerance. But this one is really shocking. A PSA 5. Wow. Okay. Let's continue. This one, actually, I won this on a What's Not. I had some free credits, so I decided to go and I basically just won this card on spin the wheel, and yeah, I can see this one. Maybe the cornering, there's a little bit of damage on the top, if you can see. So maybe this one I kind of missed it out. I shouldn't. Maybe I sent this, but anyway, it was sent. So let's see how much we get. Yeah, PSA 8. So okay, I'm not too shocked about this one. Maybe a PSA 9, but with two soft edges, you do lose a little bit of points. But from the front, it looks good to me. But hey, PSA deemed it an 8. This one is Victor Wembanyama. This is one of his the Panini Prisms. This one too was bought from an auction. I do believe I kind of paid a little bit too much for this, but if they do come back a PSA 10, then it's not much of an issue. So this one came back a PSA 10. Let's go. So actually I have 3 of these that I sent in. So PSA 10 pile. Let's hope the 10 piles will be bigger than the rest of them. No more 5s. That I'm still shocked about it. So the same card, bought from an auction. I did all my work. Funny thing is, what I do is, like, on my phone or on a laptop, I actually try to zoom in the card to the same specifics as the size of this regular card, and then I use my grading tool to see if it's still in the tolerance. So this one came back. Let's go. A PSA 10. So we're 2-2 for the Victor, 3-3 for the Victor Wembanyama cards. So same card, same thing, bought this online. I didn't buy it during the hype. I actually waited a few months. Prices went down. And I still feel that I paid a little bit too much for it. And we get a PSA 10. So this is really good actually, because these are one of the cards that I believe from my set that I sent to PSA. And from now we're looking to making some good profits till now. Because I will sell a few of them, keep maybe one of them of this set, not all the Wembanyamas I will be selling. So this one was the same thing, bought it from an auction on eBay, and this one came out a PSA 9. Okay, I don't really, maybe at the top right corner over here, if you can see there's a little mark, but hey, PSA 9. So I think maybe this one we're going to be losing a little bit of money. This one is the same thing. Got it with the spin the wheel on What's Not, and end up winning this card. So let's see what we get. A PSA 10. All right. So we're doing not so bad to now. More PSA 10s than any of the other ones. Anthony Edwards. Actually, I believe this guy is going to be a great player. So for sure, I'm not going to send any of his cards to get graded, but I did believe this one was going to be a good grade. Did buy it from eBay. Actually, I have 5 of them in total. End up selling one, but they're all PSA 9. So I'm hoping that this one can come back a PSA 10 and we get an 8. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe the corner over here, but the rest looks good. It's a nice clean card. Everything looks clean on it. Is it the edges? Yeah, maybe this one here, you can see it's a little bit like rounded out, but okay, part of the game. So this one most probably did lose some money. Another Victor Wembanyama. This one also was purchased online from eBay. Most of the purchases that I did make was from eBay. So let's see what we get on this one. PSA 9. Okay. As long as the PSA 10 piles stay higher, I will be okay. So same card, same method of purchase. And this one came back a PSA 10. Let's go. All right. Another Victor Wembanyama, same thing, same method of purchase. PSA 9. So yeah, okay. Let's keep this going. This one too, purchased it from eBay. Hopefully this one will come back PSA 10. All right. So yeah, I'm really happy about this one. Even though it's a sticker auto, PSA 10, should sell well. Might put this into my PC collection. We'll see what happens, but actually this corner over here looks a little bit soft to me. I don't know what you think. But like, that's why sometimes I feel that, I feel that PSA grades with your emotions depending who's grading your card. Anyway, so this one is the same as the Scotty Barnes and the Victor Wembanyama. Wanted from a What's Not auction from the same guy. Spin the wheel. I actually felt really bad for him because the 3 times I spin the wheel, I basically hit all the 3 good cards that he had. But it's part of the whole thing. So this one is it's a 6 out of 6. So let's see what we get. Boom, PSA 10. Let's go. That's a sweet looking card. Look at that card, guys. Look at that. That's really sweet. Really nice looking card, and it's a 6 on 6. I hope you can see it over there. So yeah, this one we'll see if we're gonna sell, we're gonna keep. We'll see, but it's a really nice card. Really, really nice card. Pink foil. So 10 piles are getting bigger. Ozar Thompson. So this one actually opened it from the same box as the as our Larry Bird. This one, you know what? I'm actually going to crack this one open and resubmit it to PSA just to see what happens, because if this one, they give me a 5, I'm sure it's a PSA 9, minimum PSA 9. I'm telling you, it's a flawless card. So I do not see anything wrong with it. So I will crack this one open, resubmit to PSA, and see what happens. If it comes back a 9 and above, well, then we can really see that, PSA is inconsistent in their grading. Even though they're the more popular, the biggest one, I do believe that sometimes Becket can be better for this, because they actually give you a true grade, not like this crap that they sent back to me, like there's no sense of this getting a PSA 5. That's just, anyway. So, like I said, bought from a retail box, and this one came back a PSA 9. So, okay, I can't be too disappointed. I'm sure I can't gem them all the PSA 10s, but so I think that one might not be making any money off of it. So this is the one that I sent, like I said, to the cheap grading company that bought from online from a cheap grading company in China. So they deemed it a PSA 9. I mean, not PSA 9, but a GBTC 9. So let's see what PSA says about this. There we go. PSA 10. So we went from a 9 to 10. And so what can we say? Any comments for this one? Is PSA just grading cards? So me, the three options that I kind of see is that if a cheaper grading company grades it a 9, and PSA grades it a 10, well, it's kind of, in my opinion, is PSA doing a good job grading the cards, or did the grading company in China, did they make a mistake? So there's not many options, but look, we got a 10. I can't complain, but still, if a cheaper grading company, that's how I see it as, grades it a 9, and PSA is supposed to be the standard in the in the grading sphere, if I can say, gives it a 10. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? I'm happy I got the 10, but it still makes me question PSA method of grading cards. So anyway, this one should be another Anthony Edwards. So same thing. Purchase this card. Yeah, the corner over here. I think the corner at the bottom over here was a little bit sometimes I feel that I did not send them in this condition. Like I said, I'm really strict when I do send my cards, and even the slightest defect, especially when it comes to corners or edges, I know something like they can have little white marks on the top. One is okay, especially at the back, because 75% of the grading is the front of the card, 25% of the grading is the back of the card. So if I see a little white mark from the back of the card, I will send that in, but I'm really, really strict with my gradings. Anyway, let's see what this one gets. A PSA 9. So, okay, I can't complain too much, but like I said, I'm very strict when it comes to my grading. I'm very hard on myself. I don't try to go with my emotions, I'm going to send all the cards in thinking they're all going to come back at 10. If I do not believe it's going to come back a minimum of 9, I won't even bother sending the card. But this one, I feel that I did look at it properly. PSA can handle your cards, and they're human too. They can make mistakes, and they can actually damage your cards. But okay, well, look, got a PSA 9. So basically, yeah, that will be this is the small reveal. Basically, I'm gonna have a bigger PSA submission coming back, which is gonna be 93 cards. All of them will just be hockey cards. If I go with that standard, I think we gem rated over here at 55%. I was actually looking at a gem rate of maybe 80%, because I like I said, I told myself most of these cards are going to come back a PSA 10. I told myself maybe I will get maybe 1 or 2 or maximum 3 PSA 9s. But I guess PSA had different a different agenda for me. So like I said, really disappointed. But this one over here, Look, I'm just gonna spend maybe another minute on this to really show you guys that like I really did my due diligence when it came to grading these cards by myself. Like, tell me if you see anything. Like, is there anything that I missed out? Like, did I miss anything? Why does the card look kind of wavy? I do not understand what happened. Yeah, they have like these weird marks on them. I don't know if you can see it. Like, do you see that, guys? You think that's why? Is that just the reflection off the case? But you can see it here, like, you know, these little grooves off the light. But anyway, I will be making more videos of these PSA reveals. And like I say, if you're ever interested to see how I get my work done, like I said, just leave a comment below. I will be more than happy to show you how to get it done, because I can tell you right now, guys, it is a tricky thing to do. There's so many factors that plays in. You got to have the time for it. It has to be a passion for you, because like I said, you can, you know, get burnt like really hard. You know, it's first of all, even getting them graded, especially from here to from Canada to the States, you know, there's a lot of fees and expenses. So like I tell you, my honest opinion, always better to try to buy the card that you want graded or just raw. If you think of buying the card and then grading it yourself through PSA, it can be a very tricky business, and it can end up costing you more than anything else, especially if you're new to this, you don't know what you're doing. Because I did hear stories about some people just basically, you know, thinking that if they pull a card fresh from a pack, it should be a PSA 10, but they don't take in consideration that, you know, even when they're printing these cards, there are defects when they print them, when they cut them, whatsoever, they do mess up on certain occasions. So trust me, guys, when I'm telling you, don't just send in whatever you just opened from a pack. You are going to get really shocked by it. I did have a client calling me once and saying, you know, I sent a whole bunch of cards fresh from a pack of Connor Bedard. And when he told me the grades that he got, I was really feeling bad for the guy, because he did spend a few $100s getting them graded. And then when you get them back, PSA 7, PSA 8, I think out of the 10 cards he sent, he got one PSA 9, and the rest were 7 or 8s. I really felt bad for him, you know, but that's the part of the whole thing. You know, you really have to know what you're doing. And anyway, we'll leave it at that. If you enjoy what you see, please just take the time, comment, take the time to subscribe, leave a comment at the bottom. It's always going to help out this channel to grow. And for all my returning viewers, well, I can't thank you enough for the time that you spend looking at my videos. It's really because of you that I keep on doing what I'm doing right now for your entertainment purposes. All right. So with that, good night.